typically performing incentivized reward preference experiments and health economists using stage preference methods of which discrete choices experiments are the most popular in health economics at the moment. DCE study focuses on the attribute connected to a specific choice duration. Choice sets are carefully designed and then tested on respondents. Conclusions are drawn regarding the priorities and indirectly evaluations of the different attributes. DCEs are often performed by mail or on the internet. Compared to early-stage prevalent WTP studies, the DCE method is more structured and can be viewed as a non-incentivized reward preference experiment. There is clearly potential for a dynamic interaction between the representative of DCE and the experimental and behavioral economics. Among the issues that could usefully be addressed is the degree of control in experiments, the difficulties of the decision situation, the incentive structures, and whether participants use heuristics to make their choices. Most behavioral economists are critical of WTP studies. For example, the endowment effects we have mentioned earlier can be used to explain the difference between WTP and willingness to accept WTH. A person places a higher value on what they are already owns. In fact, the endowment effect can be viewed as a general critique of valuation studies that use hypothetical questions. However, we agree with Klein that a well-thought-out and well-performed WTP study can be informative and important, perhaps especially in health economics. Klein also addressed the fundamental dilemmas. Basically, an example of the well-known Duhem-Pin thesis. That is, the outcome of a mainstream economic study displays behavioral economic tendencies. It is difficult to tell whether this is due to the data collection process or failures of the underlying neoclassical theoretical assumptions, or both. Stated present economists tend to believe only the former possibilities, and unfortunately do not take the later possibilities into account. This is an area where an increased interaction between stated present economists and behavioral economists can be advantageous and seem reasonable to strive for. Although we have chosen to highlight two types of experiment, it's important to note that the combinations of different types of experiments, as well as our empirical method, is to be preferred when examining an economist's phenomenon. Different types of experiments are often complementary. Plot enhancements are given few data, several data and experiments, both lab and field, as well as standard econometric methods, can all improve the stage of knowledge in the social sciences. Economic experiments are rarely performed on doctors. An alternative is to use medical students as participants. For example, Henning Schmidt performed a laboratory experiment on payment system in which medical students were confronted with different payment structures and asked to make decisions as doctors on medical services provided to present. The participant decisions were filtered by the payment structures. For example, 33% lab medical services were supplied under capitation and under fee for service. As suspected from a theoretical point of view, the author described laboratories experiments in health economics as being in their infancy, but also as having the potential to provide vital information. For example, an experiment could function as a lean tumor.
Part 1 Skincare Savvy. Perfect skin. I don't want you to get hung up on chasing perfect skin. It is an idealized state that very few people can achieve. You either have perfect skin thanks to genetics, or you don't, or perhaps you have a very expensive dermatologist helping you out. Most models and actresses don't have perfect skin, although they appear to. They just happen to the beneficiaries of expertly applied makeup, retouching, and great lifting. If you meet them in person, you might be surprised. So, why even read this chapter if perfect skin is unstainable? Well, I want you to have the best skin possible, and chance you can improve the current state of your skin. There are steps each of us can take to ensure that our skin is in optimal condition, and we'll discuss what those steps are. So, perfect skin? No, but better skin, absolutely. The first thing you need to do is figure out your skin type. This will come in handy when we discuss makeup in the next chapter. There are 4 basic skin types: normal, dry, oily, combination. The first 3 mean exactly what they sound like. Normal is normal, dry is dry, oily is oily. If you don't have any skin issues, your skin type is most likely normal, and you are very lucky. If your skin feels tight, crinkly, or even itchy, it's dry. If your skin feels greasy and is very shiny, you probably have oily skin. The last category, combination, means you can fit your skin type into one neat box. Sometimes it's normal, and sometimes it's dry, for example. Or perhaps your T-zone is oily and the rest of your face is normal. It could be any combination. I generally have normal skin, but it skews a bit oily. A word about acne. Acne is not a tight skin. You have experienced acne no matter what your skin type happens to be. It used to be thought that only teenagers with oily skin and bad diets got acne. But today we know acne is a disease of the skin and affects a wide range of people of various ages. There are ways to deal with this condition, and the first thing to remember is not to blame yourself. Acne is often hereditary, but that doesn't mean we need to live with it. We will talk more about acne in the sessions ahead and discuss what you can do to fight it and lessen its impact on your life and your skin. The next is your skincare routine. Once you understand your skin type, it's time to think about your skincare routine. This is simply the steps you follow to take care of your skin and the products you use. Hopefully you have a routine already. If not, I will have you develop one, and if you don't have a routine, I will help you refine it. I am fanatical about skincare, so my routine is fairly elaborate. I believe good skin takes work. When I went to Asia for the first time, I was so excited because I met women even more skincare obsessed than I am. Some of them use as many as a dozen skincare products each day. That is dedication. My routine isn't that complicated, but it still involves several steps and one or two products for each step. When I follow my routine to a T, I wake up with my hydrated, moisturized, and bouncy skin. It took me some time and experimentation to find out what worked best for me. I promise that paying attention your routine and finding what is right for you will pay off for your complexion. Step 1. Cleansing. Most people over-cleanse